This ain't no joke, this ain't no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could it? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. Them other shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Sean, Dante. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
Goosebumps. Welcome, everybody, to this episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. This is an emergency podcast. For those that tuned in live, y'all heard the 10-bell salute prior. For those that didn't, I forgot to hit record on the board, so you didn't hear that. Unless you go back and watch it on YouTube. We won't do any of our normal spill. We won't do like us on YouTube. Follow us on wherever. A very solemn day for the University of Louisville as we lost one of the pioneers of the athletic programs here. I want to hear y'all's stories in the chat line. This is gonna be mainly a chat line show today. I want to address everything y'all have to say, everything y'all feel. Let's get it out there. For those that don't know, today, one of the most important people in U of L athletics gained his angel wings, and I'm talking about, of course, Denny Crum. The guy's fought through a whole lot these last few months. He was rumored to be in really bad shape heading towards the end of last year, and then we didn't really hear anything about him, and then we find this out today. So we know he gave one heck of a fight. So hopping it, like I said, I'm not doing any of the normal. Y'all know how to support us, whether it be following us, sending us a little something. Y'all know how to do that. Just do that. I'm not going to spend no time talking about it. But give me your favorite Denny Crum stories. I don't have a whole bunch. I know that's odd with me knowing as many people as I know in the city, and as many times as something happens, and I give y'all other examples and stories. The one thing about Denny is that he married one of my friend's moms in middle school, and then I never saw him again. But there were several times that I would go to functions, like high school basketball games, and see him sitting either with Chris Mack or with Rick Pitino, even one time with David Padgett. Like, he loved this school. He loved the basketball program. And just like with my dad passing, I know that this man will be missed. And I hate that the last thing he saw was a forever basketball team. But I just have a feeling this year we're going to win for Denny. And let's not make any shirts that say win for Den, because that's corny. So there'll be 14 of those made after the show. But I'm still shook by it. It's kind of like when Muhammad Ali passed away and when Prince and Michael Jackson, you didn't really. Well, I had met Muhammad Ali and I've met Denny a couple of times, but these are people that you looked up to and they were big in your life, even though you didn't call them on the weekends or after you got off work to see how their day was. It's just, it's a tough day for Card Nation. And I'll be honest with you, I have no desire to talk about uh, the recruit that decided to cut us out at the last second. I'll say one statement. We'll say it now, and we'll get over it really quickly because I just want to talk about Denny. Um, we've been talking for a couple weeks now how we felt really good about getting um, 4-star forward Mackenzie Mabako. We did not get him. Another school came in at the last minute, offered him a bag and a half to not take the visit. He didn't take the visit. I'm glad he didn't take the visit over taking the visit and then not picking us. But that's all that's going to be said about it is today. Uh, Also, if you jump on Twitter and you got something stupid to say to me, I'm not going to respond. I'm just going to block you because at the end of the day, I do what I do for free. Other people charge you $15 a month to get information. I don't charge anything. I give y'all everything on every bit of my heart, every bit of my soul, everything I'm told from both the basketball and the football side. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it don't work out. It did not work out this time. We were not going to pay an exuberant amount of money for a player that may only be here 12 months and go. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's get back to Denny. Let's get to the chat line. Let me see y'all stories. H-Man, what's up, Jeremy and people? Corey Carson, what's good, 55 and family? Hope you are getting well. God bless you. Thank you. Jason Baker still looking for a guard. But yeah, Sean Thomas was the first one in here and didn't ask a question, so that did nothing. Rest in peace, Coach. Heck of a news day around the program. I only know one thing. Jason Baker says, rest in peace to the legend and the GOAT, Denny Crum. H-Man said, rest in peace, Coach Crum. Miss Michelle said, rest in peace, Coach Crum. Rest in peace, Cool Hand Luke, greatest coach and ambassador of Louisville basketball for sure. Rest in peace, Coach Crum. From Corey, Kyler Holt, Riddle. Rest in peace to the king of Louisville basketball. Rest in peace, Coach Crum. You're the reason I'm a Cards fan, period. I'd have to think about that. That was definitely one of the reasons why that and all the Kentucky fans I knew were racist. That was an easy pick for me when I was young on who to cheer for. Justin Smith. Okay, I read that one. Robin Pecora. Rest in peace, Coach Crum. Michelle says he flirted with my mom at a game. He had her giggling like a schoolgirl. He was definitely one of a kind. We would not be who we are as a program without him. That's absolutely for sure. T-Will 1. Rest in peace, Coach. Do you know Andrew Taylor's mom or dad? No, I don't. I don't know anything about that guard, and I would find it disingenuous of me to address that even if I did during the kind of show we're trying to do tonight. Play anyone, anytime, anywhere. Yep. Great coach, great person. David was born in 1993. Good God, David. I graduated high school. Never mind. I'm too young to remember the Crum era, but I will always respect what he did for the program and the legend he was. Cool to see no one have anything negative to say about him. That's just because social media wasn't around them, because social media has given idiots a voice. Now, I love the fact that I met all of you all. I would not trade that for anything in the world. But if Twitter shut down tomorrow, I would make sure you all had my phone number and I would delete it in a heartbeat. Because people had negative stuff to say while he was coaching. They just didn't say it to anybody else because you couldn't add anybody. But Coach Crum never did anything. Let's put it that way. He never did anything to deserve any kind of negative pushback. Great dude. Always showed up at all the games. Always supported all the coaches, even when there was beef between the two stables, the post and the pre-Patino and the post-Patino factions. Could have scheduled for 1,000+ W's, but played the best to be the best. Yeah. Fred Bishop. Rest in peace, Coach. My wife invited him to my 50th birthday party. He couldn't make it. However, he invited my wife and I to his office then lunch at the Cardinal Club. We'll never forget something he didn't have to do. We're going to have great stories like this the whole night, and I'll stay on until we hear all your stories. Jason Baker, the last time I talked with Denny, he ended the conversation with, "Thank you for caring. I will never forget that." 12-1. Big season incoming for Denny. He watched one of the worst seasons of program history here with us, and he'll be watching from a better place one of the best seasons. And I believe that. And Jason, I know you were just joking, buddy. Jeff left. Jeremy, I don't know who Jeremy is. What up, big dog? Rest in peace, Coach Crum. Bill says, "What's up, bro? Finally got a break to tune in." Stella says, "Hi, Uncle Jeremy." Hi, baby. I hope you're feeling better. Playmaker, rest in peace to the man who's the reason our standards as fans are set so high. Man, aren't they? We got people. Gosh, I don't want to. Let's save this talk for the end of the. I want to pin this at the bottom of our conversation, not because that gets in the way. Let me just say something quick about this. We've already landed 2 5-star players that are ranked higher than this kid, and people are acting like McKenzie, which is a fine player. I won't say nothing against him negative, but these kids are ranked higher than him, and some of y'all are acting like McKenzie is basketball versus Jesus crossover event. It's not that serious. We've already got a log jam at the forward spot. We're going to be just fine. I did want him, absolutely. But we didn't get him because we did not want to overpay for somebody that's going to be here for a short time. Walter says, "Rest in peace to the University of Louisville's GOAT, Coach Crum." Nick Cobb says, "Remember his last game? Fans chanted Denny for several minutes before he walked off the court. Simply the best." Kyler Holt says, "In 2018, when my cousin was killed in a school shooting, one of the first calls my grandparents received in the coming days was from Denny, Susan, and Roger Berkman. Denny was very, very kind." Absolutely. Michelle, I think this is an underrated statement, and I agree with you. Prayers for his family, especially Susan. It is hard to be a caregiver for somebody who's taken care of his mom and dad for the last decade. I can concur with this, and even after you lose them, you beat yourself up a lot for stuff you shouldn't. So my prayers go out to Miss Susan, Todd, all of them. Coach Crum, my granny's biggest crush, from Marley. Adventures of Mary. Hey, Jay, Brandon here. Thanks for all you do, man. Look, it's like I said on Twitter earlier. I get info from the football team, from the basketball team, and when they tell me I can put it out, I put it out. That's why I put it out 6 hours before Andrew Slater put it out today, because they hit me up. They're like, "We'd rather you share the news than somebody national that hates us or somebody local that hates us." And that's what I did. I put that out. What's up, y'all? Been a while. Glad I'm able to pop in. God bless y'all. Hope everybody is well. Sorry, y'all. I need that water to refresh my voice. I'm still not 100%. I apologize. Crum learned from John Wooden. Crum really is one of the best to do it. Denny Crum Court. Amen. Miss Kelly, what up? Dave Carrier. Denny is a legend. When I heard the news, tears came down. I've been emotional all day. First off, I wasn't feeling really well. Then about 11:50, I got the news about the recruit canceling his visit, which I was like, man, this is the worst news ever. And then 10 minutes later, I heard about Denny. So in the grand scheme of things, it should have been Denny, my health, then the recruit. But we live in the moment. But yeah, it's hard. It's a hard thing to swallow, because he's one of the big people in all of our lives that grew up as Louisville fans. Howard would have been Schnellenberger was the first, and then we lost Denny. I'm not sure. Maybe if we lose, some of y'all I know hate Rick and Tom, but I'll be sad when they leave this earth for sure. The man epitomized class and respect. Cool hand Luke, rest in peace, from Dave Carrier. Andrew Mudd, we have too good of a team coming in to be crying over. Mackenzie Flowers will be lit AF. I agree. Rito, the leader of the delegation. I appreciate you being here. I know I started earlier than I said I was going to, but I just wanted to hop on here and talk with y'all. The wife's working 8 to 8 today, so your boy needed some comfort and some therapy. Most of our Cardinal hearts began with Denny in Freedom Hall. Sad day to lose a man like that, but he's done so much to be celebrated. Absolutely. Ransdale family. Ernie Wilson says, rest in peace, Coach Crum. 55. They on your neck on Twitter. Shaking my head. I don't care about that. I care about those of you all that interact with me on the show, those that DM me. But you're talking about who's your warrior that said, I'm a wannabe insider. I don't want to be an insider. I share stuff with you all because I don't want y'all to have to pay for it. Like, it's that simple. I know people on both staffs. I'm going to get information and I'm going to share it with you all if I feel like it's credible. And I told you all Sunday we were going to get a visit because I was told we were getting a visit. Everybody was happy. And I told y'all today when the visit was canceled. So people out on Twitter saying, oh, you're wrong, Jeremy. He didn't come visit. Well, I can't force the kid to visit. I told y'all when he was going to visit. I was correct with that. He did inform people nationally he was going to visit Louisville this weekend. And then as soon as that visit was canceled, I told y'all that. So I don't know what more else I could do. Jay Michelle, again, Denny put the team on the map. I remember going out of town as a kid with their Louisville shirts on and people acknowledging us because of him. Amen. He's an idol to so many of us. Yep. Whoa, what a catch by left fielder. U of L baseball up 2-0 over Vandy, third inning on ESPN2. Steve, keep us up to date with that because I always seem to accidentally plan these shows during other stuff. And obviously I didn't plan for Coach to pass today, so I did not know this. First off, rest in peace, Coach Denny Crum. Some people you think will just be here forever. He was one of those for sure. Wes, what's good? Fabian says, hope you're doing well and continue to do so. I'll find out Friday. Look, I'm not gonna bother y'all with too many details other than pray for me on Friday that I get the best news possible about this surgery. And let's spend the rest of the show talking about Denny. I don't want any spotlight on me. I appreciate that. Adventures of Mary and B. Totally understand you and I had that convo today already. The numbers I heard from my guys were crazy. Okay. Denny is the story, not Mabako. He will be just fine. Coach was always so kind to me and my family. Rito says they got to ride Denny through the city like they did Ali. Facts. I hope so. That'd be awesome. Phil 413 says, salute, brother, and you can rest now, Denny. Sharon says, rest in peace, Denny. How much money was Mabako asking for? I don't feel comfortable telling you that, but I know it was. I can tell you it was astronomical. And then the amount he got paid not to visit was just stupid. Playmakers, day started bad with your tweet, got worse with the Denny news, and just hasn't been a good day. No, it hasn't. Chill Will 48, rest in peace, Coach Crum. Jeremy, don't worry about these Twitter nuts. Keep doing your thing, bro. And again, I don't. A lot of the times, because I am such a wordsmith and I love altercations. I normally go back and forth with these people, but since this last hospital visit, I've really felt like ignorance is not worth my time. So if I see something stupid, instead of engaging every time, I say I only engage 1 out of every 4 times now. I block 3 out of every 4 times, I guess I should say. Andrew Mudd says, if people watch the show, Jeremy literally said with NIL, this could change. People always want to have somebody to blame. Blame me. If it makes you feel better, I'm the reason we didn't get McKenzie. This show is not about him tonight, though. This show is about Denny Crum. That is correct, Adventures of Mary and B. Let's talk about Denny, though. Brandon Bender. Cards will be just fine. I know a lot of y'all hate him, too. I don't. That's my dude. But he's right. We are going to be just fine. We'll talk. You know what? Let's talk about everything y'all want to talk about. We'll talk about, but slide your favorite Denny Crum stories in here. Any new names in the mix? I haven't heard anything, but I've been on Twitter all day trying to defend my name. Rito said, you were correct. People want to know why I got canceled, though. It was because somebody came in and said, hey, here's a buttload of money if you cancel the visit. And they canceled it. Jeremy, you're a grown A man. You don't have to explain anything. Now back to Coach Crum. Sorry, Auntie Michelle. You're right. Brian, what up, 55? Hope I didn't miss anything. Hope you're still doing well. Knock on wood, I am as of right now. I still feel like I'm about 85% better. Got to get my wind back. Lower body strength is still iffy at times, but I feel good. NIL is definitely changing the game right now, for sure. Hope the team plays hard for Denny this year, Dwayne says. Yep, I agree. He got paid money not to visit? Absolutely. I'd pass up $1 million for $4 million any day, says Ronnie. I don't, and I'll tell you that I don't know what school he's going to. That was not information I was privy to. I just got a text this morning that said, "Hey, before Twitter melts down, I want you to know first, McKenzie canceled the visit." That is some hating and needs to be. It's not illegal. It's part of the NIL stuff. He is tied for 7th all-time in number of Final Four appearances with a name I'm not going to say. Rest in peace, Coach Crum. Louisville will never forget you. How do you think we should remember Coach? We already named Denny Crum Court after him, so I'm not really sure what else we can. Maybe a statue out in front of the Yum would be awesome. Yeah, Phil, absolutely. That's what they told us. That's what they told the staff. They wanted to take all the visits and relax. Ransdale family says it's a money game now, y'all. No reason to get upset when you lose a prospect with pain. We won't be getting 4-year players, and it's going to cost them. But yeah. Collar Holt says, I hope these young guys in the coming days learn just how much this basketball program and everyone involved means to us. Brent says IU offered him money not to visit. I don't know that IU's the one that's going to get him, but my understanding is they offered to raise his NIL if he canceled the visit. That would not be illegal. That would not be a violation. Jeremy said about 5 times that this show is about Coach Crum. He ain't coming. It's over. It's done. Amen. Andrew Mudd. I went to my first Louisville game when I was little. My buddy seen Coach Crum walking towards us. My buddy was losing his mind, and Coach stopped and said hi. I made our entire day. That's awesome. I hope the city does it big for Coach. He deserves it. Absolutely. John Leon says, remember when Coach made fun of Dwayne Morton's 4 shots? And here's Dwayne with his leaping leans. Never heard that been said by anybody but him. I do remember that. Louisville and Rob, renamed Freedom Hall, Denny Crum Hall. Ooh, I like that. Even though we just named those new dorms after him. Such good radio. You tune in and the guy's drinking water. Yes, Denny Crum statue, even outside the dorms, would be nice. Oh, I like that idea. That would be a good idea. But yeah, Denny Crum, I didn't intend for this to be a very long show. I just wanted to get on here because people needed some therapy tonight and needed to release some steam. Denny passed knowing Louisville is in great hands. I agree, Ronnie. I know there's a portion of this fan base that, and let me warn you all, and it's nobody in this room because I would not let y'all be in my chat room if y'all were one of the people that were starting crap on Twitter. But we're going to run Nolan out of town with the attitude and behavior that some of these fans are showing on social media. There are parents of committed players that are rethinking their decision. There are recruits that are telling us, we don't want to come to Louisville. We see how the fans are acting. Y'all better watch out before we become a perennial DePaul. I'm just saying. All those are great ideas. Yeah, they are, Michelle. Coaching this convo with Jim Bird during games was hilarious. Coach had the best ways not to cuss. Absolutely. Ransdale said, got to bounce y'all. Sorry for short visit. Much love and God bless. Appreciate you. Phil413 says, is the Denny's patch going to be on this year's team's jersey? Yeah, absolutely. I think we need a big rolled up program statue for him. Agreed. And it's tied up 2-2, the baseball game. I'm going to give y'all some time to Again, the reason for tonight was just for you all to share y'all's Denny stories. Y'all can ask any questions about anything else y'all want to. I'm here for it. It is what it is. But again, as I tell everybody up there, the 200 morons on Twitter that are giving us a bad name may not be a lot of people, but they have the loudest voices because they can at the players, they can at the recruits, they can at the coaches, and that's what they're doing. And they're gonna run a potential amazing family out of town, maybe several amazing families out of town. Um, they're going to scare recruits away, and then they're going to say, "Well, if we had the power to do that, then they didn't need to be here anyway with their old soft behinds." What up, Jeremy? What is that? Scuba Steve, what's good? Uh, no, people don't like being treated like. I didn't say it, but hey brother, are we going to get an experienced port guard? I hope so. Michelle says people don't believe that fans on Twitter have an influence, but I think some fans would rather run them off to prove their narratives are right. Yep. Andrew says I hate that our recruits have to see this as every fan base is crazy. We have a good team and staff. Mom's Flowers is awesome. Shout out to Mom's Flowers and Trenton representing the Ville. Again, I've had to explain over. There was a point last week when I was talking to Sky Clark, and I had to explain to him what had happened to our school the last 10 years in basketball and tell him, whereas I don't agree with it, I understand why some fans are hurt. But y'all, we got to get over that. We got one of the best top 3 recruiting classes of all time. We had a chance to get a top 25 player. We've got 2 guys in this recruiting class already that are ranked higher than him. Like, we can't get everybody. Every time somebody goes into the transfer portal, there's a Louisville's going to get them, and it's the same person that's got 1 or 2 followers. We got to stop that. Yeah, I saw Trenton told you happy birthday. And I agree with you, Louisville Robin, or Louisville and Rob, my bad. In my opinion, a lot of mouths will shut up when the team starts winning. I agree. Corey, couldn't have said it better myself. Glad to see you back, my guy. Corey, much love to you too. Anthony, there's bad fans in every fan base. And no, I'm not. Okay. No, I see. I feel you there. I just never thought that we would be like, I never thought we would end up being like the people that we hate the most. Again, I'm sorry, my throat was getting dry. I still don't have all of my wind back yet, but I'm getting there. It's getting a lot better. But how about we just don't complain about everything? Again, it's only about 200 people on Twitter that do this. I'm gonna start taking notes of everybody that talks stupid on Twitter, so I can show them, hey man, it's really not that many people. That's the only thing about social media. It gives everyone a soap. Absolutely. People hide their real names because they won't say this blank in public. Social media is dangerous. Absolutely. JB. Trenton is really bought in. I'll take that any day. He's in the shows and everything for sure, man. I love Trenton. He's a good dude. His mom is good. They've been good to me for over a year now. So it is. Yeah, we are right now because when you couple everything else that's gone wrong with our program, and then you got a small portion, absolutely, Wes. You got a small portion that's acting like a donkey. Like if we weren't in the spotlight, this wouldn't be brought up as much. But we're literally fighting to become a relative program and brand again, and we have people out there that are sabotaging it. Let's see if we got anything on the text line. That's lame. Let's see. Again, when you do not have a co-host, You've got to host, you've got to produce, you got to do everything at the same time. I think we're good though. All right. I appreciate you, Ronnie. I appreciate that. Michelle, you would think with all we've been through, we would stick together. 9/11 brought us all together. But these 10 years of crap from, like, this isn't our fault. I will say this, as Louisville fans, we didn't ask for all this stuff to fall in our lap. We didn't. But it's still our squad. If you don't want to support them, don't support them. But at the end of the day, this is a game that kids are playing to prepare themselves for the NBA. And you all are, some of you all, nobody in this chat, some of the people out there are acting like this is something that is affecting their life. If you let sports affect your life this bad, you probably need to stop watching sports. Honestly. JB says Trenton is so well spoken and very mature. His mother is great. I'm very impressed with how well mannered and how mature he is for such a young man. You can tell definitely he was raised right. They're going to say you're fan blaming, Jeremy. Whatever. Let them say whatever they want to. Might be best. Because honestly, I am going to take a Twitter sabbatical. I'll answer y'all's DMs. Please DM me because I'm bored every day until they clear me to go back to work. DM me. But I'm not looking at mentions. I'm not responding to mentions. I will either retweet something, like something, but I'm not getting on there to scroll through and see all the pissing and moaning for sure. Facts for Rob. Winning again will shut a lot of this up. At Rito, they need somebody to take the blame. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'll take it. Like I told y'all last week, they're the coronavirus and I'm the vaccine. It is what it is. It's crazy because they were saying we've got too many wings, but we don't get Mabako, and it's an epic miss. Like, dude, pick a struggle. Yep, indeed. Do you think? No, I did think that when they were hired. I don't think Nolan likes being blamed for everything. I don't think he likes the way that people on Twitter have been treating his family. So, I no longer think he will be the head coach after Kenny. I think that's just my opinion. Kenny stays till he's 65 and Nolan gets the gig. Yeah, I think if Nolan got the gig prior to people showing their butts on Twitter, he would have stayed here as long as he could. And I think that's been affected. We get them, they're mad. We don't get them, they're mad. Absolutely. Steve, is Trenton planning on one and done or till he's ready? I haven't heard one way or the other. I don't know. Period. Yep. He hasn't played yet. LOL. I'm happy our coaching program won't just fork over millions to a kid. There has to be a line. Rest in peace, coach. I'm 53 and grew up on Denny and Howard. It was an awesome, fun time in U of L history. Absolutely, Babu. At Michelle, some players let it be known. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all's final Denny questions, Denny stories in. If y'all have any questions about the kid that we're not getting, throw them in there. I'll be fine to address any of that now. Brian says, so people say we can't get players or KP can't do this or that, yet other teams are giving out Brinks trucks not to visit us. Yeah. Shane and Sydney are not scared of none of y'all, though. Nope, not at all. And I have been texting with them all day. And if you all don't think Nolan Smith is devastated that he didn't get this kid, then you all are wrong. If y'all don't think he's a little embarrassed, then y'all are wrong. If you all don't think that he wanted this kid and wanted the best for this university, then y'all are dead wrong. I miss it when we were worried about Rashad Brooks and missing out on Louisville male kids. Amen. Good gosh. What a time. What a time. But even then, if social media would have been around then, it would have been bad. You would have had these same people talking about, oh, Denny can get us to the Final Four in 1980, 82, 84, 86, 88, 89. But what did he do in 87 and 90? Bum. That's how you would have been. Does anybody remember the bastard Memphis State fans hit Denny in the head with a quarter. I do remember that. I wasn't laughing at the quarter. I was laughing at the bastard, so I apologize. But no, that family is not afraid, and they will clap back and do us a favor. Don't call them stupid. Don't call Sydney slow. Oh my God! I mean, apparently we have forgot about the bridge years for Rick Pitino. Just think about it. We are having a convo about 5-star recruits. Michelle, talk that talk. Last year, the year before KP got here, we were wishing we were in the conversation for 5 stars. And now, well, I mean, they dropped him to a 4. He'll probably jump back up to a 5 now that he's considering. He's not considering us anymore. But 10 years ago, we wish we had these issues. We need to stop taking stuff for granted and be grateful. JB said, tell Nolan we are proud to have him here as well as KP. We hope for the best, and most of us support them 100%. I tell them that every day. Today's recruiting of kids is a whole new game. You can only do so much. I'm not even worried about the recruiting, because who could blame this kid for taking X amount of substantial money to cancel the visit? Like, he could take that money and give it to his mom and keep the rest of the money, and his mom can buy a house, a car, not have to worry about working ever again. Like, it is what it is. 4-2 U of L going into the 4th. I don't sweat the haters. We are going to be good. Go Cards. Go Jeremy. Remember Denny. Absolutely, Robert. Great way to put it. Babu 55. Do you know what the bag was from? I don't know. I don't know who's going to land him. Whoever's landing him is the one that sent the bag, for sure. So I do not know that. I did not ask. I've just been trying to put out fires all day long. Going out to eat with hubby. Bye, y'all. Ooh, where y'all going? Because I may want you to bring me something by the crib, if you will. I'm just kidding. I'm excited to see who we get now. Says John V. Thought I was going to have to block John V on Twitter. The mute button has been great to me here lately. We know KP can recruit. D-Book said great things about him. Once he proves he can coach and starts winning. Absolutely. Have a good time. See you tonight. Sorry, I'm late. Yeah. I might pop in. I don't know. I may pop into that midnight show. It just depends on how I feel. I'm not feeling too good right now. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. As always, support our works, our stories, cardinalsportzone.com. Follow the podcast on all the podcast avenues. Hit subscribe, follow, stalk, whatever you got to do. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors: 4Peg, Shack in the Back, Fitness Market, Derby City Lawn, and Landscaping. I'm joking, John. And I'll say this like I say it every time. We appreciate all the love. I appreciate the ability that you all have afforded me to be able to come on and do an emergency podcast so y'all can grieve, so y'all can talk. Jeremy, thank you for all you do, brother. Get well soon. Thank you. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Again, if y'all need to know anything, hit me up on Twitter. DM me. I'm going to try my best not to respond to any idiots on Twitter for the next. I'm probably going to take a sabbatical for a month, honestly, because I don't need to see stupidity. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. When do we expect players to get to campus? I know Sky said he'd be here at the end of the month, so somewhere around then, I assume. Yeah. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. I appreciate y'all, and anytime y'all want me to do an emergency podcast, just hit me up. I'm not hard to get a hold of. Again, I'm gonna play this fire outro. Love you guys. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. Some good water. Russ Smith playing on the TBT team. Absolutely. Thank you, Rito. Thank you, T. Will. I will let him know.
Pay attention.
You're welcome. I'm going to rest up. Premium H2O. JB. Later. You're welcome. Later. Love y'all. I'm out.